Joining me now on the YouTube stage here at PAX Prime, a veritable murderer's row of virtual murderers and video game fans. Hi guys, everyone. We're going to go down the line here. I'm Chris Waters from GameSpot. Why don't you guys just introduce yourselves real quick, going down the line, starting with you.
I'm Collin Moriarty from Kinda Funny.
I'm Jeff Cannata from DLC, and we have concerns.
I'm Skistimas from Screw Attack.
I'm Anthony Carboni from We Have Concerns.
And I'm Danny O'Dwyer from GameSpot.
Look at all you fine-looking gentlemen.
They got all the lower thirds in the right spot.
That's good.
Josh Shaw.
Now everybody mix up.
This is a professional operation.
Did you have us announce our own names because you forgot?
No, Craig, I did not forget. I just wanted you to do my work for me.
Okay, just making sure. All right.
Classic host move.
That's good.
All right, so you guys are all gathered here with a list. Each of you has your top 5 games of the year so far. Been through about 8 months of gaming, and we're gonna have a little lively chat about what games are on your list, what games you think are on everyone else's list, what games are on your list and your list alone.
Wait. This is top 5 of 2015?
Yes.
Yeah.
So far. I thought it was just at PAX.
Oh, Craig.
Oh, no.
Well, you can eliminate one of the thirds at least.
It's all right, you're fourth in line.
Yeah.
Get to thinking real quick.
All right, I can think.
Colin, let's start with you. One of your games, what's your number one?
Dying Light is my
Dying
number one game.
Light?
What? Yeah.
Number one, little zombie parkour
Yep.
action.
Wow.
Anybody else got Dying Light on there?
No.
Danny O'Dwyer, you know Dying Light on
No
the
one
list?
else is Dying Light.
Why is that your number one, man?
It's I think it's a really impressive game. I'm surprised people are not talking about it more. The
You
parkour
think it's
is
the
awesome.
best game of the year so far?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Techland stepped up. I didn't know Techland had this in them, and I thought it was very impressive. Parkour is great. I like the trio of upgrade trees in it. Story's fun. I mean, zombies are kind of boring now, but I think it's a really, really fantastic game, and especially like when this is a year where I played a lot of open world games, and I feel like this is the most impressive one. I enjoy the hell out of this game. A lot of people give me crap about it.
Clearly.
Not only is Dying Light not the best game this year, it's not even the best game out of Poland this year.
That's not nice, Danny, but I'll allow it.
That game, of course, Mr. O'Dwyer being.
Yeah, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Is that your number one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like, who else has it on their list?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, it's
cool.
incredible.
Oh, we're the only
Anthony
odd man
hates
out.
it.
I'll say.
I was bored. I was bored all through The Witcher 3.
There's things you could do everywhere that are relevant.
I was picking a lot of flowers. I was following a lot of map points.
Just play
I was
Gwent, man.
checking off all the boxes. It was fine. It was fine.
It's a game. It's
Gwent is
terrible.
better than Hearthstone as well.
Did that one make your list, Carboni? You seem to be hooting and hollering.
The number one on my list this year is Bloodborne.
Bloodborne?
Oh, yeah.
Bloodborne.
Who else has got Bloodborne?
Yep, right here.
Yeah.
There we go.
I never played a Souls game before it. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Have you played Souls before, Anthony?
Oh, yeah.
So what'd you like about this as that distinguished itself or carried the torch through?
What I loved about it is it kept all of the mysteriousness of the world that you get in Dark Souls. It kept the incredibly technical combat that you have, but because it upped sort of the speed of the combat, and because it wasn't being as forcefully obtuse as any other Souls games,
were you trying to fit obtuse into your description?
I dare you to describe a Souls game without the word obtuse coming up.
I can't.
You can't.
I'm sorry, I can't. That's
You
right.
can't. It just added a lot of things that really appealed to me personally. I was over the sort of rusty knight in a castle aesthetic. That's not kind of my jam to begin with, so I like this sort of more Victorian Plague era. And I love the idea of a gun as a parry.
Yes.
Any world where a gun is your parry is a very foreboding world.
That's a good mechanic right there.
Yeah, it's one of the most like satisfying feelings when you nail it as well. When you get the timing, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna
You get
fuck
one of those.
up.
You get one of those giant werewolves right between the eyes. Oh, it's so good.
That'll put it at number one for you.
Yes.
All right, Craig. What about you, my man?
Man, okay. Okay, here's the thing.
Doesn't even believe in himself.
Oh, jeez.
Don't ask me.
I'm going to say a game that probably nobody out there's played yet, but I spent a ton of time with, and I am absolutely in love with, and that is Super Mario Maker. It is the best game of the freaking year.
So, when we were sent, come up with your list, I sent a side list that was, it's unfair because all of these things are not out yet.
Yeah.
And Mario Maker is at the top of that
That's the basis
list.
of the conversation.
Yeah, I don't understand the concept, which is so far.
So far, but I think the original subject line did not have so far in it, and I got like nervous. I had an anxiety attack.
Take
at
some deep
PAX.
breaths while Craig tells us about Mario Maker. What do you got?
Well, no, like seriously, I've been cheating the system because we've had the game for a week or so, right? And the idea is that it unlocks different things as you play it more, right? So I figured out I can game the system by setting my Wii U to further dates ahead and unlocking more things to play with.
The most
Animal
exploitable
Crossing.
game of the year so far.
my
Like,
God.
Do you enjoy like creating or
Yes,
playing? Like
both.
just
Okay, so here's the
platforming?
thing, right? Not only am I having an amazing time creating things, and just like, I'm just throwing crap on the wall, and it's fun. It's fun. I didn't even know I was good at making Mario levels, and I am. But not only that, every time I log on, I'm playing a new Mario game that I've never played before. And I love the idea of getting from point A to point B and having a bunch of crap in the way and trying to figure out how to do that. And I got that every single time, and it's totally different. It's the best. If you're a fan of Mario, it's the only game you'll need.
Well, there's something wonderful about, you know, the Mario series is the most universally loved and the most universally accessible video game series there is in history. And the fact that you can, like you said, always sit down and never run out of Mario is amazing.
And the thing about it is that you can play the game. People make levels that are really hard. Some people make levels that are super easy. Some people make levels where you don't even have to touch the controller and it goes through and you feel like you accomplished something. Like you didn't even touch the controller and you feel like you're the best Mario player in the
That
world.
sounds like sorcery to me, and I can't condone it. All right, Jeff, your number one.
Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
Been working that MOBA game.
Yes, I have. I think
Yeah.
Blizzard fixed MOBAs. You know, 28 million people playing the wrong MOBA this whole time.
So why is Heroes of the Storm the right one?
It is. I have. 2 days ago, I think I played my 1,000th match of Blizzard
what?
of Heroes of the Storm. I love it. I have fallen in love. It's compulsive. It is pure, perfect teamwork. It's to me, it's equivalent of playing a game of pickup basketball. The level of skill and the amount of teamwork involved. I think it prevents all of the things that made me not want to play MOBAs. It got rid of all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's the matches are shorter, they're streamlined, they're lean. The heroes play wildly differently from one another, and it uses all that lore that I love from playing all the other Blizzard games that I'm addicted to as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, my number one's already been mentioned, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, fantastic. Although, recently I've been sitting down to try to play The Witcher 3, and what do I end up playing but Rocket League?
Yes.
That game is fantastic. Anyone else put that one on their
Yes,
list?
You know,
that was a late entry onto mine because I had been traveling during the release window of Rocket League, and I was so scared that I was going to log on and be the worst player in the world at Rocket League, and I am. But I love it so much.
It's still, even if you're not that great at it and you're getting hosed, you still have so much fun.
It's a fantastic game. I can't believe what they did with this game. Like, when I saw this at PSX, I was like, this is going to be special. You know, this is going to be a special game. It's the VP of the studio is Jeremy Dunham, who used to work with me at IGN when I was still there, and he's doing his thing over there. And the game, they just announced yesterday, the game sold 1 million copies on Steam.
Yeah.
You know, in addition to the millions they put out on PS Plus in about a month.
Well,
it's pretty amazing.
It would have been the easiest thing in the world for Rocket League to be a gimmicky game, right? Like a silly, over-the-top, gimmicky game. But
It is all that stuff,
It
but it's
could've
also
been-
good.
in the right way, yeah.
It could have been the Metroid soccer game that's the add-on.
God.
Yes, it could have been that, but it's not. So
Yeah, that thing was like, it was in development for so long. Like I was talking to Cliff Blazinski earlier, like the guy who made it, David Hagwood, like he made the vehicles for Unreal Tournament 2003. Like that's how long ago they were like thinking about this game mode. And it's just like, as somebody who like, we play soccer together, right? Pickup games. Like I played football my whole life in the UK and Ireland. Like this is the most like playing football than any like FIFA, Pro Evolution. We're playing as a team because it's all about like where you're supposed to be on the pitch, distributing the ball, and then like actually how your foot connects with the ball, how your car connects with it.
Well,
it feels more like soccer than FIFA does.
I'm not a huge sports game fan historically, but I always love a good video game version of soccer.
Yeah.
It translates so well. And especially when they add an arcadey element, something like Super Mario Strikers.
Yes.
Sega Soccer Slam.
NBA Jam,
And-
NFL
yeah.
Blitz.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think you make a good point, Danny, that it feels almost like you're inside the foot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
a player.
Yeah.
It's not where FIFA tries to, model the entire body and all the movements are so realistic. This is like just the foot
Yeah.
part. And it's like magic that you're right inside that moment of connecting with the ball.
And you know that moment where you're like playing with a buddy and like the ball comes over and it's an open goal, the goalie's over there, and you swing and it just fucking hits the post. It's the same thing that happens in this.
That's
You like
90% of my shots, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Rocket League's fantastic. It's no Dying Light, but it's a fantastic.
Can I tell you, I was going to say, one of my favorite things about it is also something that's in another one of my favorite games that we'll talk about later, but the leveling system and the kind of the stick and carrot of keeping you interested is so good in Rocket League because it's purely aesthetic.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make, I don't have to worry about coming on and playing Rocket League for the first time with somebody who has the most insanely tricked out car because it doesn't matter. And at the same
Just like Heroes
time,
of the Storm.
it's really good about giving you the experience points that you deserve for little things like assists and participation and all the things. It's almost like a good shooter in the way it levels you up.
Anybody have any good shooters on their list?
Shooters.
Anthony?
Splatoon! Best shooter!
Just in there. Just. Dude, that is an incredible game.
Look how excited he is.
Very excited.
I feel like Splatoon does this, though. I feel like it fills everyone who plays it with joy. Like,
So much Splatoon cosplay here.
yeah.
So much.
Okay, I'm going to say something. Splatoon is not that good.
How dare you,
Not
sir.
that good. It's not that fun. I'm
What don't,
sorry.
you like, what don't you like about it?
It's just,
Did you not see it? You want him to dance again? You'll see.
I would love. I don't know. It just doesn't gravitate to me. I just.
What do you like about it, Anthony?
So what I love about it is, number one, like I was talking about, there is this feeling of cooperation, and also you always get a little something every time you play. You know, and it's not as directly competitive as other shooters are. So if somebody's just starting out, you can help your team as much just by like hanging out in a corner and trying to do your
Splattering
best.
some paint around,
There are different spots that are great for different people. I think the different weapons classes are much deeper than people initially think they are, and the amount of strategy that you can put into the different classes. If you have one person with a roller that can like make a pathway for you through a bottleneck so you can take over part of it with your like Gatling gun. I mean, there's a lot going on that is really wonderful. Plus, I just love the aesthetic. I love buying shoes. I like getting hats.
Best fashion in the game.
Best fashion in
Hands
games
down.
ever. Amazing.
I see a theme on the games he likes.
Yeah.
Shoes and hats.
Shoes and hats.
Well, the recent
aesthetic.
addition on my list is Galaxy Z.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Z, yeah. Talk about some fast-paced shooting action.
Yeah.
That is a game that is fast-paced. That is not a game that'll make you feel good about yourself very often. But when it does, it really does. It's a game where many times I've had to set the controller down and like take a minute to just recover from the fact that I died on the 4th episode right at the end, whatever. But it's sublime. The systems work so well with one another. The shooting with the upgrade system, with how the enemies behave, with how the maps are laid out.
Yeah.
The risk reward of constantly wanting to keep fighting things to get an extra bit of scrap, salvage stuff, because you might want to upgrade something, but risking that you'll lose everything. It's an incredible mixture of that roguelike with that shooter, and I think it's one of the best games of the year for sure.
My shooter on the list. I'd be actually surprised if any of you guys have this one on there because it kind of fell off pretty fast. Evolve.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody? No, you guys are all giving me like the like.
Yeah,
okay, Chris.
Evolve is a great example of if you can't build that community quick enough, a game that's entirely online is going to die.
Yeah, it reminds me of
That's it.
Titanfall, kind of, in that sense.
Yeah.
Which was another game I really
Yeah,
liked.
fantastic, yeah.
Hey, there were 3 weeks of Titanfall that we were all in love with, and I feel like there was 4 days of Evolve that we were all completely enamored with.
Oh man, I played monster matches long into the summertime. Just like that feeling of just tearing apart an entire team of other people, like. And the lopsidedness of it, like, creates that power fantasy so much greater because you're just like when you get the match goes right and you're like playing it right, you're just like toying with them, and it's so satisfying.
Why do you think it fell off?
Huh?
Why do you think it fell off? Why do you think it didn't?
I feel like it's because the immediate experience of playing it and a lot of the hunter experience, you run around a lot and don't shoot a lot. Like that pursuit game, if you have an evasive monster, that can vitiate so much of the game where like the tension just falls out.
Yeah.
You're not really engaged because you just feel like you're running through the darkness trying to find a monster that you're never going to catch up with because you need your team to work in tandem and use their abilities the right way. And if they're not, you can just be like this daisy chain of like rats following the Pied Piper and never catching up.
I think it was above and beyond the gameplay, though. I think this is a great example of how you market a game and how you give, things like pre-orders and retailer-specific things. I felt like there was a chart of all the different ways to buy Evolve, and I couldn't follow it. It was the most
hard to follow,
ridiculous
too,
flow chart that I had ever seen in my life, and I think what that did is instead of making people feel like they were buying the version of Evolve that was tailored to them, it made them feel like they were always buying a version of Evolve that was missing something.
That was not quite the whole thing. All right, well, we're coming down to it, so we haven't hit all of our top 5s. Let's just go down. I want you guys to round out your list as best as you can, and maybe hit one highlight. So, Collin, you started off with with Dying Light.
The best game of the year, yes.
The best game of the year. What else you got on?
Yeah, I got Rocket League. Craig and I were talking about it. Mega Man Legacy Collection is awesome. Mega Man 3 is my favorite game of all time, so I really enjoyed playing that and going through the challenge. I think that's really special. I got to give a shout out to Until Dawn. Until Dawn is awesome, and I was really, really shocked by how Supermassive out-Quantic Dream with this game. And
ways that can fork and your decisions impact your actions and the possibilities is just staggering.
It's awesome. I really think that I was really surprised that Sony hadn't gotten more behind this, because I think Supermassive has a series on their hands here, not in terms of that they can't use these same kids again, but every 2 years releasing a new interactive movie basically is cool. And I think Quantic Dream really needs to pay attention to how they made this game playable. If not for Dying Light, Until Dawn might be my biggest surprise of the year so far. And I don't know, I would probably put Witcher 3 on that list, so I think that would be my 5.
That's a solid 5, Jeff. You got Galaxy on there.
Yeah, I got Galaxy, I got Witcher 3,
Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm. I'd love to shout out some smaller games like Hand of Fate, which I thought was fantastic. Her Story, which I thought was fantastic.
Her Story, yeah.
But I think the highlight that it's on your list?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
That
and
game
it's
is fascinating.
Totally unique and different.
It's like investigation in a game. So many games ape investigation, but this one makes you feel like you're actually pursuing mysteries and coming up with your own way to do it, not just choosing one of the paths to do it on.
Yeah, completely agree with that. But the big highlight that I wanted to hit is Pillars of Eternity.
Pillars of Eternity.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible, fantastic, wonderful throwback to those old Baldur's Gate games that I loved when I was younger, and it's an excellent game that does not feel out of time. It doesn't feel outdated. It's still as vibrant and fun to play now as those games were in their day. So,
which is a pretty stunning accomplishment to create something that feels like so much of a relic of the past, but still feels so vital and accessible and totally worth playing.
And great storytelling. It has excellent storytelling. Cool systems, and it's a great game. Yeah.
Solid list. All right, Craig, we had some list miscommunications earlier. Can you give me one more out of it?
Just checking his phone, trying to think of something.
I'm Googling best games of 2015. I'm like, what are they?
You can have Splatoon off my list.
No, I do not.
You can take Splatoon.
No Splatoon.
Are you sure?
No list trading.
No, 0. Let's see. Honestly, the one thing I had when I was putting together my list of top 5 games at PAX.
All right, sure.
Okay, here's another hot opinion, right? The Oculus over there.
Yeah.
I think
Just picking things you can see.
Fine. I like gigantic.
Alienware is really good this year.
I like YouTube gaming.
the best game.
I like MSI.
That kid right there.
Yeah, you're the real hero of 2015.
The best. Yeah, this kid right here. No, seriously, I've mentioned this to somebody beforehand. I think Oculus is a really, really cool tech that everybody should experience.
Yes.
But I think it's going to fail miserably.
No.
Oh.
I don't agree.
How are you turning the whole discussion about the best games of 2015 into another Will
That's
VR
what I
fail
do.
discussion?
It's what I do.
You're not allowed. We're not letting you do that.
He's just looking for a platform to
You know what game is really underrated?
What?
Splatoon.
Thank you.
That's right. That's
There,
right.
now, yeah, you won the Carboni.
Back him into a corner, and he has to admit the truth.
Anthony, fill out
Are
your
you a
list. We
kid or
saw
a squid?
Splatoon, we saw Rocket League.
Splatoon, Galaxy, Bloodborne, Rocket League, and I think my 5th one was, I was reluctant to put this on, actually. And when I put it on, I felt like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I put Arkham Knight on there. I put Arkham Knight on there. And here's why. A lot of the stuff that I was playing this year is still in early access, is still in beta, has still not come out yet.
Just like Batman.
Yeah.
Oh!
Well,
Sick
that's
bat
nice.
burn.
Because Jeff and I were talking a lot about Darkest Dungeon. I played so much Darkest Dungeon.
Dungeon's
It's
awesome.
amazing. But technically, Darkest Dungeon is early release.
Technically, that also gave me indigestion. That keeps stressing me out.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if I didn't know if I could put something on that isn't technically finished yet. but then
Put on
again,
VR
Arkham
tech,
Knight.
man. It's-
But I think the Oculus.
yeah.
Oculus, yeah, I got another one for Oculus.
Very good.
Nobody's gonna want to wear a freaking headset in the living room. Nobody.
Stop it.
Danny
How dare
O'Dwyer.
He showed up at the wrong panel.
go.
What happened?
What do you got?
I agree. Bloodborne. I got a list. I can't fail. I can't remember them. Witcher
On
3
paper,
Wild Hunts.
that's adorable.
Rocket League we talked about. And my other two are Project Cars. Any love for Project Cars?
No.
No?
I did
All right.
not get to play enough of it.
It's a really good car driving game.
Okay.
That's why I like
you
that.
play
Is that the one
soccer
you're
in
playing at your desk with the paddles and the shifter?
Yeah, I've got a wheel at my desk. I can go and like just do the Hockenheim ring in like an F1 car or in like a go-kart, and it's just perfect. It's the best driving game I've ever played. That and didn't City Skylines come out this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did.
Yes.
City Skylines. That game was awesome. Like
That was a great game.
it came out the week after Maxis folded. Like it just like horrible, but it shows you how like that audience for SimCity was just not like serviced for such a long time.
Yeah.
And those guys were making like weird games about like simulating public services forever. Coming out of Finland, and then they released this game, and it's just like killing it on Steam.
It's doing incredibly well, and the mod support for it is fascinating.
Yeah.
And like the stories of people, the way their cities have like gone wrong, or like the weird social experiments they've tried, are just wonderful coming out of that game.
Yeah, my cemeteries kept getting full,
Wow.
so I emptied them.
Not a great life expectancy.
That's the darkest thing I've ever heard,
Yeah.
and I don't want any details.
Here.
The last one on my list we haven't mentioned yet is Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yes.
yeah.
That was a near. That
on my
was
short list.
That's like way earlier in the year, but this was actually like the first Metroidvania that I'd ever played that I was compelled to 100%. Just because the thrill of moving, the mechanics of just doing that backtracking that's necessary because of that kind of game design was fun. It felt like triple jumping and long jumping in Mario 64. Like I just did it because I liked it, and then it got me to where I could accomplish other stuff.
It was a beautiful mix of that like speed and precision-based platforming, especially in those escape levels, with that exploration of a Metroidvania that I just absolutely. Plus, like
The
they just
aesthetic.
kickstarted
Yeah.
our hearts in the
It's
first 10 minutes of that game too.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
Oh,
Definitely.
Yeah.
pour it right out of the chest.
That's some
The
up shit.
feels. All right, gentlemen. We did a pretty good job getting through some great games.
All right.
Yeah.
Greg,
we
I
did
thought
okay.
you did a wonderful job with your list.
Craig,
Can we do this again tomorrow so I can come prepared?
If you guys want to follow Craig on Twitter, he'll have a list. He'll be tweeting out tomorrow. He'll be updating his
Tomorrow in 24 hours, my list goes up.
We'll come back here. All right, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your PAX. Much appreciated for coming on stage. Folks, exciting year so far. Awesome games and more games to come here on the live stage here at PAX Prime. We'll be right back.